Hi, good afternoon. Here with Kevin Greene from Kevin Greene Photography. How you doing, Kevin?
I'm good, thanks, Mike. Yeah, hope you are too.
Yeah, really well, thank you. Looking forward to the interview. So if you could start things off by giving us a little bit of background as to who you are, what you do, and how long you've been doing it for, please.
Okay, hi everyone. So my name is Kevin Greene, and I own a business, Kevin Greene Photography. It's a photography business, and we started the business in 2007. So quite a way back, and generally the business has grown from that particular time to deliver photography services to people across a whole breadth of a spectrum of customers, really. So if I look at two different strands, one strand would be to those personal family moments and social events, so from weddings to graduation events to awards ceremonies to family celebrations to huge parties for families and such. I think my latest one was a large group of just under 650 people for a
Well,
61st birthday party here at Doubletree Hilton in Hull. So from social events, it would be those sort of moments which I call life milestone occasions. So we all have those, and they're all occasions that are really story-worthy, memorable moments that are that deserve really professional photography. From a commercial side, then that would be headshots for people in business. So a number of businesses have their own logos and all different details, but the clients that I work with that come back for repeat business are looking for particular headshots and other photography that really showcases their team, their services, and events in their timetable. So alongside of that, I think past maybe 3-4 years now, 2018, alongside of that, alongside my business, I also enjoy volunteering and giving a piece of my time and a piece of myself to a couple of particular organizations or involvements. So one of which is with Hull for Heroes, which is a Hull-based charity here. Fantastic team, and proud to be a team member with Hull for Heroes, and also head club photographer and key partner with Hull City Ladies. So it's a women's football team. Yes, Hull does have a women's football team, and proud to be head photographer for that club. And part of that is also to grow the photographer pool, so that we can cover a broader spread of activity across this club, which is growing from strength to strength. So in terms of community engagement and such, that really resonates quite strongly with my particular values and the way I like to work and the way I like to focus my work. So there's my business, but alongside of that is a portion of time that I dedicate to do some voluntary stuff.
excellent. So you're value driven there. Does that kind of what makes you different within the business? What makes you unique, stand out from competition, other service providers?
I think so. I mean, I think with whether it's a social commission or a business commission, I think the engagement, the way I see the journey is one that's relational. So it's one that's about listening to the customer, listening to what they're looking for, engaging with them, having a clear understanding of what they're wanting, and then delivering a service that fits around that brief and more. I think another particular strand of my service is about offering choice. So if I'm looking at, particular social commissions, then, there's a whole breadth of choice in that journey between myself and my customer. So I think choice is important to me, and equally those values in terms of engaging with someone, listening to them and understanding clearly what they're after. The number of people that say to me, I hate having a photo taken, I don't like having a headshot, but it's really quite interesting, and I feel quite quite pleased, delighted that within a short conversation with someone, they all of a sudden are in the photographic moment and they're having their headshots done. And, they come away with a different experience to when they first walked into the studio door, or, a lot of my commissions are on location with businesses. So, one in particular was very reluctant to have a headshot taken. But, within a short conversation and away we go. And he came away with a different experience and a different perception to photography. So that's important.
So what's your business journey been like to date? In terms of,
it's been a bit stormy.
Yeah.
I think the inevitable one is the period that we've just come through with the pandemic. That was very, very rattling, very unsettling. But we pulled through. I think the journey alongside of that has just been, personal events that have impacted a little bit, whether it makes any difference or significance. But I lost my son in 2015 after a long illness, and that really knocked me sideways a bit. It inevitably had a huge impact, and still does, but we found different ways of managing that. But from a business that started in 2007 to where we are now, then inevitably there has been some hiccups and some challenges along that time. But I think with the right people around me, a fantastic wife, a wonderful supporting family and friends, and business friends as well, then I think I'm pleased and grateful that I'm at the position I'm at now.
Well, thank you for sharing that and being so open with that. So what would you say is the biggest lesson through what you've been through with the business journey is you could share?
Yeah, not jump in too quick and spend too much money too soon.
It's a good one. We can leave it there if that's it, nice and succinct.
I think so. I think that's it, and that would be the advice to any other person starting out in business, and any young person that's starting out is, take a breath, look at free resources and a whole breadth of support that's available within the local business hubs. Hull Humber Chamber of Commerce for me was very, and has and continues to be very supportive. But I think that would be one lesson.
Good lesson. Thank you for sharing that. And then just kind of touching on what you said about the support network, what do you use for inspiration? Is it that? Is there anything that you read as well? Obviously, the job that you do, sharing people's experiences in their weddings and stuff like that. What is it that you use for inspiration to do what you do?
Yeah, I think the reactions of people. I think the reactions of those that I deliver a service to. I think that inspires and drives me and motivates me and delights me. I think it's a fantastic and privileged opportunity to be creating photographs for people, whether it's in a social event or for business, where they're absolutely delighted and they're using those and they're talking about them, and the storytelling pieces really. I think talking with fellow colleagues, I have a couple of enjoy collaborating. So I think mixing and talking about their experiences and talking together about what we're doing is terrific as well. I do have some books, but I tend to like to talk with others rather than read. So that's my general sort of inspiration, I think.
Stuff. Thank you very much for sharing that. Good inspiration there. So lastly, in terms of finding out where we could hire you, book you in, or any latest news around what you're up to, feel free to share a website or let us know a bit more about that.
Okay, yeah, so, as I say, it's Kevin Greene Photography. If anyone puts Photographer's Hall in Google, then I usually am on the page there. In terms of advancements, certainly it was something that I took up during the pandemic, was around virtual photo shoots. So that's really quite an interesting and exciting and fun, engaging, incredibly fun, amazing technology. So one of my latest shoots was with somebody in Zimbabwe. So with planning and some conversation beforehand, so that we could make best use of the time, use of lights, use of position, a number of other things, then it made for a fantastic photo shoot. And so anyone wanting to know more about virtual photo shoots that have difficulty getting out to a local studio, or live in some area where it'd be difficult to get to a studio, and want something that they can use for their website and more lit. I mean, the application now uses RAW files, so the bigger the files, the bigger the quality. So it's really quite an interesting platform. And looking ahead at the future, then images will always be around. It's just the devices and the platforms that they're created with that will change. And so yeah, so anybody wants to give me a call, have a chat, I'd be delighted to.
Great stuff. Thanks, Kevin. Been a pleasure talking to you. All the best for the future.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for the opportunity. You take care.